so clean. You can throw dirt on my name, won't keep me down. So proud of myself, wish the old me could see me now. Turn heads every time I be around because I'm tripping. I ain't like these other human beings, but I'm different.
Hello, my beautiful chosen ones. I hope all is well. In today's video, we're going to talk about why God chose you. Okay, chosen one, a few reasons. God has his ultimate reason, and again, that's something I will never truly know because only God knows the true number one definition reason why. That's how I feel. But the reason why God chose you, especially over your family, your friends, other people you've known that you could tell they're not chosen ones, like they're definitely loved by God. You know, I've always want to get that point across. You're still loved by God if you're not a chosen one. The chosen ones are on a specific mission to elevate the vibration of this planet. Okay, and the reason why God chose you, a few reasons. One, God knew that no matter what tests that were going to be brought your way, you were going to be able to overturn them. Okay, I'm going to actually start this one with 5. I'm going to also do some more videos leading up, but I'll give you 5 reasons for it today. So number 1, again, God knew you would be able to handle what was going to happen to you. Again, what has happened to us is it normal? Okay, it's not. Like, it's not. It's just not. You know, half of the stories you hear from us, you're just going to be like, wow, I cannot believe you're still here and you're still in good spirits and you're still going, okay? So that's the first thing. God knew you could handle it. It's a saying that says God doesn't put more on you than he knows that you can bear. I always disagree with that. God will definitely put more on you than what you can bear. But the thing is, God is going to come to your rescue to help you carry it. If we could just do everything on our own, we wouldn't need God. We need God. So I'm big on saying that God will give you more than what you can bear, but God's going to come alongside you to help carry that load. And then ultimately, there won't be a load. Because a part of every load, there's a lesson. Throughout all the hurt and pain, just like the video I made before, there are lessons that were learned in those. And I would have never learned if I didn't get the scars first. Okay? So that's the first reason. The second reason is because you are receptive. You are more open-minded. You're not just a one-track mind where it's like, there is no other possibilities. There can't be no other way. This is it. You know? As a chosen one, there's a lot of things that we know that we had to unlearn. Okay? There's a lot of things that we were lied to. A lot of things we were deceived. And the average Joe, they're going to normally just side with what they see on TV, side with what the president says, side with what Congress says, and whatever else. Like, they're going to just, like, again, go by what they say. The normal person, they're not going to question nothing. They're just going to go along with the beat of the drum. You, chosen one, you question things. If something seems off, you're on it, like a detective. Most of us are empaths, so we have strong intuition. You know when something's off. You know when something doesn't feel right. You can sense things. Even though a lot of times we'll play it off. We'll play it down. We'll act like we're not aware at all. But the whole time we know it all. Like we haven't even confirmed it yet, but we know it. And then God comes along, especially when you ask. That's why God says you have not because you ask not. Especially when you go on, you ask God to confirm this. Oh, he's going to confirm it. God always does. Every time I ask God for a confirmation, it comes right away. Some way or another. I get like God's like, yep. Okay. So you are more you're more open-minded. And again, some people can see that as a bad thing. Depends. But to me, I know it's a good thing. No. The third reason why God chose you is because of your kindness. Chosen ones, we are, I mean, how kind we are should really even be a crime at a point. You're like, what? How can it be a crime to be so kind? Yes, because that beautiful kindness that we all have was a lot of the reason why we got stabbed in the back, why we got bit by the snakes, why we had those crying nights, was because of how kind we are. People, they love to forget about the good that we do, because eventually we explode for being taken advantage, for being lied to, for being mistreated, so eventually you erupt, and these people, they try to forget about all the good things you've done, how kind and caring you are, to try to, like, oh no, they're not like this. You should see when they get upset. I mean, that's anybody. Like, of course you have people that work and stuff and they know how to disguise it, but anyone that's getting pissed off and upset, of course they're not going to be the happiest camper. We're not talking about when you're doing something disgusting to a person. I'm just talking about overall. Chosen ones are extremely kind. God has instilled that in you. And that is another reason why God chose you. God knew you would be able to carry that kindness, that childlike, innocent kindness with you, even after you've gotten hurt so many times, even after you're past the child stage, the teenage stage, the young adult stage. Like I said, a lot of us are in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and you still come off like a child. You still have a childlike nature to be kind, to be loving, to be caring. Okay? Extremely thoughtful. Right? Yes. The fourth reason why God chose you is, as I always remind you all, your light. The fourth reason why God chose you is because of your beautiful, amazing light. Because we're all made in God's image, everyone has some sort of light in them, right? But the thing is, it takes certain moments. Like if they're having a good day, if something's going right in their favor, like just good moments, that's when you'll see most people's aura, most people's light, their energy just shine through. For us chosen ones, the light is always on. It doesn't matter if we're sleeping. It doesn't matter if we're having a terrible day. It does not matter if we're sad. Like anything. That light is just going to beam through. People know when they see you, you're not like everyone else. Some people acknowledge it. Some people will not. Oh well. But we know who we are finally. So you don't need outside acknowledgement when you know who you are. But that beautiful light, it is just radiant. Like, it could be other lights around you, but baby, you are like, again, you're front and center. Like I reminded you all in the other video, you steal the show. Most people know that, and most people get intimidated by that, and most people do not like that. But God chose you because he equipped you with these things, and he knew that you have the confidence eventually. Maybe not, you didn't always have this confidence, but God knew eventually you would have the confidence to be able to shine bright in a room full of people. Okay? He knew that, and that light, it will wake others up. When I talk to people that I don't know and we're talking, I can tell that they're just intrigued by my light. They know, and they're like, I just love your whole aesthetic. I just love everything about, like, I could just sit here and talk to you for hours. Why? Like, I'm supposed to be like everyone else, right? But no, I know I'm different. I know I'm set apart. So when people encounter me and us as chosen ones, it's going to hit different. Okay? So remember that. And the fifth reason why God chose you is your love, your drive, your strength, your courage, your inspiration that you have for God. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little story and then I'm going to come out because I don't want to, I'm trying to make the videos as long. I mean, if you guys don't mind, let me know, but I know I can talk a lot. But yes, the fifth is God knew how hard you would go for him, how much you love God, how much you inspire others with his name. He knew you would do it differently. He knew you would do it more vocally and more out than other people. Okay? And guys, again, the little story I want to share is from a young age. I remember going outside my mother's house. I looked up in the sky and I said, God, I know you're real. I know there has to be a God, but I'm also, there's a lot of things I don't know. Like, please talk to me. You know, like I asked God back then, I was like, God, please please speak to me. I want to get to know you. I want to know everything about you. Like, I want to be like number one. Like, I want to be like number one, loving God, on fire for God. Like, God, everything I do, I want to acknowledge you in it. And I said this at a young age. Like, I don't even think I was like 11 yet, 12. And I was saying that just random. I just randomly looked up in the sky and said it. I don't know why. I still remember it though. And I remember doing it again at 19. I dropped down literally on my knees at 19 years old and I said, God, I don't want to live by the customs of this world. I want to live like how you told me to. And I want to be on fire. I love you. I want to know. I want to live for you. Things like that. And it's just, God, I just knew God always had his hand on me. I know for a fact that I'm chosen because God has always been here. He always will be here. He's never going to go anywhere. And that's the thing, chosen ones. God, when you're chosen, God is your everything. You know you're taking, each breath you're taking right now is because of God. And you're thankful for it, and you're grateful for it, and you're joyful for it. God chose you because you're going to show immense gratitude and love towards God. And maybe there were times where you doubted God. And maybe there were moments where you were angry with God. And maybe there were moments you were sad with God because you didn't know why, the why, right? But eventually God says you have not because you asked not. So when you keep knocking and you keep asking and you keep requesting, God says if you search for me with all your heart, I will acknowledge myself to you. I will make my way known to you. God already knew as a chosen one we were going to do that. God knew that because he instilled it in you, and that's why he chose you, because he knew you would be able to embody it altogether perfectly. To know that the kingdom of God is within you is a beautiful thing. And don't ever forget that. And again, God chose you because he knew you could do this from day one. Before the foundations of the earth was laid, he knew that you would be able to carry out this mission. That's why he chose you overall. All right, my beautiful chosen ones. So please keep these things near and dear to your heart. I will definitely be doing more series about why God chose you in more intimate areas. So please stay tuned for that. I love you guys. Remember that always. I love you. I appreciate you. And God loves you so much more. I'll see you in the next video.